Good morning. It's 7:23 in the morning on September 20th, 2020. I have nothing to say right now. Oh my gosh, it's like I hit record and my brain went totally blank. I'm not convinced that my brain wasn't blank before I hit record either. I think I must be kind of on autopilot. Chemically, my brain is going through a lot right now. Making another attempt to quit nicotine. I'm a few days in from my last relapse on nicotine. And here's the thing. Nobody takes vaping as seriously as smoking. As you hear all these statistics that vaping is only 5% as dangerous as smoking a cigarette. And it's like, I can handle 5% of the dangerous smoking a cigarette. My great-grandma smoked cigarettes until she was like 92 and a half. And so I could vape until I'm at least like 134 years old and I'd be just fine, right? Well, the issue with that is that vaping has a lower bar for entry than smoking. And by a lower bar for entry, I mean you don't have to have the whole routine of smoking. So like to smoke a cigarette, typically you're going to have to go outside unless you like your house smelling like butt. And you have to, get the cigarette, get the lighter, goes through all this. When you're vaping, you got the vape. And there's no setup, there's no prep. You can take a hit whenever you want, all the time, sit at your computer, vape, 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 vape. And it has a very high salt nicotine concentration. The standard Juul pod is like 5% salt nicotine. And that is a little bit more, if I remember correctly, than an entire pack of cigarettes. So you can vape your way through an entire pack of cigarettes worth of nicotine without any of the signs that you've been doing way too much smoking. Your fingernails get gross if you're a smoker. Your teeth get gross. Your surfaces get gross. The smoke is everywhere. But with vaping, it's just like vape, 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 vape. And all that happens is your body gets this really high dose of nicotine. And so I feel like we don't really talk about what that like direct infusion of that much nicotine into your system means for quitting and withdrawal. Because of course nicotine is a stimulant and sort of like caffeine, except so much more addicting. Nicotine's like the third most addicting substance. It's like cocaine and opioids and then nicotine. And of course, this is because nicotine is delicious and magical and my best friend, and I love it and I want it back and I never want it to leave me again and I hate living without it. No, it's just that your brain gets dependent on it like super, super easy. It makes all these nice, happy feelings and it's brutal. It's so hard to get out of that, the addiction's very convincing. But then it's also the withdrawal feelings are horrible. So I because when I pop on and off of vaping, I'm basically popping on and off like a pack of cigarettes a day. That's a lot. It's the crash is so intense. So tired. It feels like I want to crawl out of my skin. I can't concentrate on things. I itch. I itch all over. Like last night I was walking along and I just start itching my arms and my legs. And I'm like, honey, what happened? Did I walk through something? I didn't walk through anything. It's my body trying to purge this incredible volume of nicotine. Of course, I feel like a dumbass for ever getting started on it, but like, what's done is done. I cannot go back and change my decisions in regards to starting on nicotine, but I can just keep quitting. That's why I'm so brain dead right now, I think, is that I'm only a few days out from my last relapse and starting to quit again. And I'm just zonked. I'm beyond zonked. did spend a fair amount of yesterday working on a video essay about a movie that I love, and I'd really like to do those on this channel. Like, I'd love to talk about like science fiction, fantasy movies, and TV, because that's how I spend like most of my fun time anyway, as I'm watching movies and TV and like squealing about it. So I just want to squeal about it on YouTube where you guys can see it. And so I worked on that for a while yesterday. Let me tell you, the like video essays it's pretty time consuming to put together, and I don't have a process yet for the writing of such video essays. So I'm piecing it together really in the most laborious there were so many better ways to do this, but since I'm still trying to develop a style and a technique, and you know, I'm learning how to do all of this as I go, so I'm just doing my best. So what I'm doing is like capturing bits of the movie, and then I'll record some commentary, and then I'll start putting them together. And I'll try to record ahead on the commentary, like if I know I want to talk about something, but I often, when you're drafting on camera like that, you know, it's not like I'm writing a rough draft and can reevaluate those thoughts before I go live with them. When you're doing that, it makes it so much more labor intensive. Ideally, the way the video essays would work is I would write what I want to say about the movie, and I would put in sort of annotations about where I want to grab movie clips from. And then I could do one big recording like that, and then I could go in and get the clips from the movie, and then do the editing in one stage, and then, you know, that would be the tidy, sane way to do it, rather than clicking through the movie, recording a bunch of clips I like, and then going back and recording to my feelings about why these clips are awesome, and then trying to edit it together and realizing like, well, crap, like this, you know, I don't have everything I need to go record more, either from the movie or with myself. This isn't how the process is ordinarily going to go if this is something I do more often, but since it's my first time trying to feel it out and figure it out, it's a mess. I don't know if I'll finish it today. It's crazy. I spent hours on it yesterday, and I mostly polished off like a minute and a half of video. And I thought, I'm going to make these video essays easy and short. I'm only going to do like 4 or 5 minute long videos. It took me hours to get through a minute and a half. Let me tell you, even when I streamline this process more, I don't think I'll be publishing many video essay type videos, just because this isn't my, you know, videos. It's definitely fun, but it's not my job. And so there's a lot of like actual work I have to do before I can do that. Like basically everything has to be prioritized first. So it's like my actual work, which is writing books and editing books, you know, that's always first and foremost. But when it comes to fun things that are going to take as much time as making video essays, the rest of my life has to come first too, like doing the limitless dishes in this house and cleaning litter boxes and meeting the needs of my children and spending fun time with my children and going for walks with my husband. So it's really just prioritization. I wish I could publish more of these though. It would be so cool if I could just edit together clips of movies and TV and me squealing over them professionally as a job. I think that would be a pretty cool job. And writing is a pretty cool job, so my bar is really high for this. Anyway, I've babbled here long enough, so I'm gonna edit this video and go shower and stuff and get dressed, and maybe I'll come back and work on editing that video essay. I would love to have it up today. I don't know if I will. It's Sunday, so week starts tomorrow. I hope that you have had a good weekend, and I hope your week treats you well. Keep going, one foot in front of the other. I'll talk to you guys later.